Welcome, it's Denome. This is the weekly crypto update where I talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the altcoins, as well as we're going to take a look at the biggest news in crypto for the last week and where I think the markets are headed next. So without further ado, let's just get started. So last week I drew these two lines here, and this orange line, it got invalidated. So we're currently following this purple line here, and we'll see if that happens. But what I'm actually expecting still going forward is a rejection at the all-time high here. So I'm actually expecting Bitcoin to hit 19,000, 19,500, and then we're going to see a rejection. Just because in 2016, before the markets went parabolic, it touched the all-time high here. Then it had a 30% drop, which would bring us all the way down to about 13K here, maybe 14K. Maybe this time it will not be as dramatic because there's more owners of Bitcoin than before, as well as there's less Bitcoin on exchanges as there was before. So maybe the drop will not be as dramatic, but I'm still expecting a drop from the all-time high just because I think many people may want to take profits from here. But to be honest, there's a lot of fundamentals on Bitcoin that are just so much stronger than ever before. Because, as you know, United States are still debating who is the president, and there's still things going on, and there's just so much demand for neutral money all across the globe. So for that reason, I do believe that Bitcoin will become the digital gold that it is heralded as. So for that reason, I want to hold Bitcoin for long term. So I'm not personally trading this dip here. So if it drops to even down to 13K, I'm currently not selling my Bitcoin. I'm trading with altcoins, but with Bitcoin, I'm just holding that one. And if we actually see this drop here, I might buy some more Bitcoin. But to be honest, I will probably just buy more altcoins, because if Bitcoin crashes 30%, I know that there will be so many good discounts on altcoins as well. So to me, I'm just holding my Bitcoin for now. So that's my strategy there. And then let's take a look at Ethereum compared to Bitcoin here quickly, because like I told you, Ethereum, I'm more bullish on Ethereum than I am on Bitcoin. So from the last week's update, we actually came and touched this trend line here, just like the perfect trade. So like I told you guys, Ethereum will probably perform better than Bitcoin. Some of you guys disagreed, but for now, Ethereum is performing super well, and the upside here is still very massive. So I'm more bullish on Ethereum still than on Bitcoin. Maybe there will be a pullback downwards. We'll see how that goes. But for me, I'm still more bullish on Ethereum. And now let's talk about some of the big news before we actually head to the altcoins. So the biggest news that came out this week was that Grayscale Ethereum Trust becomes first publicly quoted ETH investment product. And this was massive because now there's a symbol called ETH, which represents the Grayscale Ethereum Trust. And now they're accepted in United States. So now you're eligible for tax advantaged accounts where you can basically hold Ethereum through that kind of system. And this was very interesting to me, is that the price per share, or the price for the Ethereum Trust share was $68 and $68.07, while holdings per share remained at $44. So this is massive because it means that there's a price difference between the share price and how much you are actually holding Ethereum. So now you're paying a premium for those shares. So what this means is that the trust will have to buy a lot more Ethereum, or the share price has to come down. So one of those two things has to happen, and I do believe that they will just keep buying more Ethereum. And this is also important. Like you can see here, the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust has about $8.85 billion worth of Bitcoin in their trust, which is about 500,000 Bitcoin. So that's a lot from the total supply. And as you can see here, Grayscale Ethereum Trust has $1.22 billion under management of Ethereum. And here, this is the most important thing. $300 million worth of fresh investment came just in November. So many people, institutional investors, want to buy Ethereum right now. So $300 million was injected into Ethereum through Grayscale Trust alone. So yeah, I'm very bullish on Ethereum from that standpoint. But here, if you actually go to the Ethereum 2 staking launchpad, which is launchpad.ethereum.org. You can actually stake your Ethereum if you have the 32 here, and you get the Ethereum 2.0. It has its own risks that I've covered in the past, but as you can see here, now we surpassed 300,000 Ethereum staked in this protocol, and once this hits 524,000 Ethereum here, what it means is that 1 week after the Ethereum 2.0 will actually launch, and the estimated launch date was actually December 1st. So there will be an inevitable delay from here, because now we are living in November 23rd. And if it takes 7 more days, we're gonna, be over the, or I don't expect 200,000 more Ethereum coming to this, within the next 24 hours, which will still make us, release it in the December 1st. So I think there's gonna be a little delay, but I don't think it will be bearish for the price, because they will launch it 1 week after this gets hit, regardless what happens. So even if there's a delay, it doesn't really matter, because this number can only go up. You cannot really unwind your position after you have staked the money here. So it will just take some time, but Ethereum 2.0 is coming. So it's good that it's already this much. I'm sure some people are disappointed that we are not going to actually launch on time on December 1st. But anyway, that's the situation there. Next news, Visa, they have a giant plan to implement long-term crypto strategy in their business plan. And as you can see here, Visa is looking forward to being in the middle of payment flows made through fiat-based cryptocurrencies. So what they want to do is be pretty much the gateway for all the stablecoin transfers in the world, or at least a major player in that field. So what you can see here is we're interested in crypto that ultimately becomes fiat-based. So they are pretty much only interested in the stablecoins trading, and not in the other crypto assets that out there. But what I'm currently thinking about this, or these central bank digital currencies, is that they want to have their currencies in the linked to a like a euro or US dollar or Japanese yen or whatever stablecoin out there, or fiat coin out there. But if you actually want to trade money, why would you use Visa? In my opinion, it doesn't make much sense. It's much better to use a decentralized system out there. So I'm pretty much sure that they will lean heavily into getting regulated, and they will be leaning heavily that the whole crypto markets get regulated faster. So I think Visa has a play in the regulation of the crypto markets here, based on what I'm currently reading here. So I'm expecting more regulatory environment coming here, because the big players want the regulatory things to happen. And of course, now we have to also talk about USDT, because if Visa is now saying like they want to be the number one, currently the biggest fiat-based cryptocurrency out there is USDT. So they probably want to take USDT down, or they want to somehow make those transactions happen with USDT. But I'm banking on that they want to take USDT down, and they want to be in the center. So I don't know how things are going to play out. Maybe this is just like fancy talk, but to me, it's very, very interesting news, and we definitely have to keep following on this, what will happen here. And XRP, I just want to talk about that one. XRP, they want to be in the center of the CBDCs, or the central bank digital currencies. And XRP is probably the market leader when it comes to central bank digital currencies right now. But we'll see if it actually gets implemented or not. Maybe in some countries, but I don't think big countries want to use XRP. I think they will be building their own systems. But XRP has been pumping really, really hard lately. Personally, I have ideological what do you say? I don't want to hold XRP, because I think ultimately it is anti-crypto. Because I'm in crypto because I want to have money that is outside the government control. I don't want my money to be controlled by a government. So that's basically my bias, and which is the reason why I haven't held XRP. But there's a saying, or a famous saying out there, that says that you can be right or you can make money. So in that situation, XRP could be interesting as a pick. Personally, I am not investing in XRP at least yet. Maybe someone can convince me otherwise at some point in the future, but for now, I'm still not invested in XRP. Some other news that I saw in Twitter, I saw a lot of people being, it's not regarding this one. I saw a lot of people talking that they have like their high school friends or university friends or friends and family actually starting to ask about Bitcoin once again. So yes, retail people are coming back into crypto. So we will see that progress becoming slower, but then it becomes faster and faster and faster and faster. So that's when we will actually see the retail FOMO. And when the retail people come here, that's when you see altcoins blast through the roof, because they will look at Bitcoin like, okay, this is already past all-time highs. What else is out there? And then they will go to the altcoin forest. So that will be totally crazy. So for now, the best thing for altcoins is for Bitcoin to actually break through the all-time high, because then they will start having the FOMO feeling, but they will be looking for altcoins as well. So yeah, that's at least what I think about it. But another note, I didn't have a tweet for that. Sorry about that. But here, this guy lost money on a farm because it got hacked, as well as Pickle got hacked. And he was a little bit upset about this situation. But this is a real risk whenever you use the DeFi protocols out there. Even some protocols that I sometimes suggest, or I tell you that I use this one, anything could get hacked. And you'd really, even though they have audits or multiple audits, it really doesn't still mean that you are safe. So always be understanding that never put a lot of money into any one yield farming protocol or any one protocol out there. Just wanted to point that out, that these things are happening. Next, Polkadot ecosystem is actually starting to heat up as well. So PolkaSwap public testnet is now going to be launching in a few weeks. And this is the reason why XOR token has actually doubled, or more than doubled already since the $50 bottom. Now it's about $115 already. So yeah, that has been pumping. And also Polkastarter, this is a coin that I added to my portfolio last week. It has actually performed quite well. Polkastarter is also, they have more partnerships. One of the partnerships that I'm pretty happy about is actually Orion Protocol. As well as you probably know, I'm quite bullish on Orion, and it's one of my picks for this week as well, which we're going to talk about next. So let's go to the coins here. These are my favorite coins. Like you can see, I have 100 coins here. Sometimes I remove coins, sometimes I add coins, but I try to keep 100 coins here on my list, so it all fits in one single page. So these are just favorites, some of the coins that I'm actually following. And as you can see here, Bitcoin, last 7 days, 13% up, really good. Ethereum just blasted through the roof on Bitcoin. So if you took my last week's advice that Ethereum will perform better than Bitcoin, luckily it actually played out like I thought it would. And yeah, Ethereum was one of the winners this week. Cardano is a little bit surprised to me, 50% up. Binance coin hasn't been performing as well, which I have been expecting as well. But yeah, CRO has been pumping a little bit. I actually called the CRO bottom here on November 20. That CRO bottom is probably in, and we're not going to see the cheap prices like that again. But we'll see if that actually happens. A lot of people like this, and some people actually think that I'm now buying more CRO, which is not the case, because the CRO tokenomics are not as interesting to me as they were before, just because the staking is really good for the cards, but it's not really that good for other things. It's still okay, especially the exchange staking is actually better than I thought. I made a CRO calculator. It pops up somewhere here in the window if you want to see that, to see what kind of yield you can actually get with CRO. So if you just want the yield, that is still okay. But as an investment, just for holding, CRO is not the best coin out there for, in my opinion. But will it drop below from here? It could, yes. Some people have called 5 cents. Some people have called 4 cents. But yeah, I do not think we're going to go that low, even though it is possible. So I'm not going to take any responsibility if it goes that low or not, but I do think that the bottom for CRO is actually in, but I'm still not that bullish for CRO. Let's just actually rate by the 7-day move here, just to see which coins have actually performed super well. DOS, This is a coin I have actually staked, and I do hold some DOS, and I'm happy to see this number, but it completely caught me off guard. Next one is Waves. I think the reason why they are pumping is because of the stablecoin move, because they have a lot of different stablecoins out there. So I think that's why they've been pumping. I don't exactly know why they have been pumping so hard. It's quite interesting. Zor, I already talked about this coin. It's about the Polka swap. Oh, it's already $132. So it pumped even more today. Interesting. Next one is Layer. This is actually a coin that I talked about in last week. I told you the guys that this coin is undervalued, and this is probably something I will buy this week. And I did buy this coin last week, so it has gone up 50%, which I'm super happy about as well. But I have staked this in the yieldfarming.io page, so I did not capture all of this value, but still I'm pretty happy about this call right here. A lot of coins. DIA, this is a coin that I actually took out of my portfolio, which of course now I regret about it. I did not know about they were gonna destroy half of the supply, so they got announced that one, so it's been pumping. EFX, this is a coin that I told you guys it's undervalued. CEL, this is a coin that just keeps pumping, but I just want to warn you guys, it's now $1.2 billion market cap. Even though I hold about, what is it now? Maybe 13% of my total portfolio is in Cell token right now. I would be very, very scared to actually put more money into this one. I already have taken out profits 2 times. So, yeah, if this goes above $3, I might have to take profits out once again. But for me, it's amazing. It has gone so much up. But at these moments when I call like, okay, it's gonna go down soon. Okay, it's gonna go down soon. It's gonna go down soon. It has to have a correction soon, but it keeps pumping. People start to think that it will never dump, and it will always just continue to pump. And it's a coin that just doesn't drop at all. They have somehow mastered the markets, and they made a coin that only goes up. And that's the most dangerous situation to actually invest in. So just to tell you guys that even though I promote the Celsius network application, I would be a little bit scared to actually hold Cell tokens. So just even though it's been pumping super hard, just imagine that it's super heated already, and that hasn't had any kind of correction for a long time already. So it's bound to happen at some point. So just a warning for Cell token holders. It can continue to pump, but just a warning I want to give you guys. Next ones, let's actually go to the losers of last week. So Dev Protocol is actually a coin that I will probably invest in this week. So I haven't invested in this week yet, but like a $3.6 million market cap, it already pumped quite hard the previous week. And what they are doing is, if you know open source programs or applications or games, there's a place called GitHub where almost all the open source coding or programs are actually uploaded, and you can download those open source codes there. So Dev Protocol, they have a system where they have actually monetized that open source programming. So it's quite interesting what they're doing. I don't know the in-depth things about this, but I have people who constantly talk to me about this one. And now that I see the pullback, I'm like, okay, now this week I'm gonna look at it. So this week I might make a video about this one. Another one which I may actually buy and make a video about soon is Thorchain, if it seems interesting to me. So these are just coins that I've been looking for some time, and now that I see a pullback, I need to investigate these coins here. Sol actually didn't do anything this week, even though I invested into it a week ago. So yeah, that could be an interesting pick if you want to look for altcoins this week. Also Orion is here, so that could be very, very interesting. And if you know anything about me, why I'm not interested into buying coins that have pumped super hard in the last days or weeks, is because I always want to buy the dip. I never want to buy the pump. So that's just the investment strategy that I want to incorporate. So I will have a little bit less risk whenever I want invest. So that's just my plan there. SXP up a little bit, not by much. So yeah, I do have a lot of SXP, as you know. I've been eyeing the 30k card for some time. If other coins keep pumping, but this one doesn't, I might actually just go for that card. Let's see how my portfolio goes. I don't want to put too much money into SXP. I don't want it to be more than 20% of my portfolio. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's the swap, trust swap. This is a surprise that it hasn't been pumping. So this could be a buying opportunity as well. They just keep announcing more and more partnerships. They had a coin sale last week that they had a coin sale through their launchpad, and it was it was a really good success. They sold the whole portfolio or position that they were able to sell in 20 minutes. And yeah, a lot of people will want to use their systems here. And they were talking about acquiring another crypto project out there, which is commonly known. So they were talking about that one, and they're going to release it in the coming days or weeks. So we will see when that announcement will actually happen. So for that reason, I'm quite bullish for TrustSwap actually for now. So that could be an interesting pick as well for this week. That's pretty much the updates that I wanted to talk about. Pulse, oh yeah, I did buy it last week, so it did have a nice pump. It not as nice as Ethereum, but it was a nice pump. Then there was one more coin that I want to talk to you about. I did not talk about it in a video at all. It was called G token. And the reason why I actually bought G token was that when the Uniswap yield farming pools were closed and you could no longer earn Uni tokens by providing liquidity on Uniswap, I thought that many people out of that, what it was, $2.5 billion worth of capital was locked in those smart contracts. A lot of people will want to unwind their positions because they no longer get the Uni tokens. So I expected that there will be a congestion in the Ethereum network. So for that reason, I actually had bought G tokens during last week. So it's just like if you are expecting Ethereum network to get congested, this token will pump. So for that reason, I did buy some G tokens, but I did not make it into any video. So I'm a little bit, I was going to make it, but then I did not. So that's just something that happened. But yeah, G token was one coin that I actually held in secret. A coin I'm quite bullish on right now is actually banned, and I'm actually looking at Chainlink as well. Let's take a look go back to the charts. Two things I want to highlight here. One is actually Bitcoin dominance, because this was interesting. And sorry, by the way, if this video seems a little bit unscripted or long or something like that, because when I do this update, I try to keep it as real as possible. So no edits or anything like that. I just do one run here and you get all the information that I have. Sometimes I have good information. Sometimes I have bad information, but you get the raw cut of whatever is happening. So this is the market cap dominance of Bitcoin. And, this was the support line that I drew here. So I was expecting Bitcoin to go even all the way up here before a pullback, but looks like we got our pullback here already. So from 67% down to about 64%. So that's why altcoins have been mooning so hard. Bitcoin dominance has been dropping. And this is basically the yellow line here, the support line that was, it has a touch here and here. The next one would be about 57%. The ultimate goal I have for Bitcoin dominance is to go as low as 52%. And if that actually happens, that's why I'm so bullish on altcoins right now, because the downside is at least here, 64 to 62, so 2% at least. Then it could come and touch this one, which is 57, so about 5% more. And then if it would come down all the way to 52, that's a 11% drop for Bitcoin market cap dominance. So I don't know if that plays out, but this is some like a major big target that I have for the altcoin Bitcoin dominance for this one. Next one I want to showcase is, let's go back to Bitcoin because I forgot to show one thing here. Let's go back to Bitcoin. Oh, and as a side note, I did already make the plan that I will upgrade my MacBook. So I will get the new M1 chipped MacBook. So my computer will actually run a little bit smoother when I make these videos. So you will not have these lags, which is super annoying when I make these videos. But anyway, try to bear with me. It will take about 2 weeks because all the Macs in my area were sold out already. And for now, I would just have to wait before I can get my Mac. So about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I will get my new MacBook. But for now, as you can see, it's not doing anything here. Anyway, what I was Bitcoin. Let's try it again. BTC. Where am I? Cryptocurrency. Let's take Coinbase for example. Let's see if it loads. Okay, yeah. So what I want to highlight here is that even though we had this nice run here on the daily chart, the RSI hasn't actually shown weakness here, in my opinion. So the RSI is looking okay. The MACD is still bullish, so it could still pump more. So my expectation was about 19,500 and then a pullback from there, but we'll see how that goes. Just wanted to showcase that there's not really any, at least on the charts, on the indicators, there's not any weakness in my opinion, at least yet. No divergences or anything that I can see of. The volume is looking really good as well. One more thing I wanted to showcase, this is the last thing, is actually Chainlink compared to Ethereum, because this is one of my favorite charts and I just haven't been able to trade this because this logic actually got broken for some time here, but now it looks like we are back to the median. So that's why I wanted to highlight this one, because there may be an opportunity here if you want to trade Chainlink and Ethereum. So the strategy here is quite simple. Sell whenever it touches this green line, buy Chainlink whenever it touches this green line, sell whenever it's close to this area, buy again here, sell here, buy here, sell here, buy here, sell here, buy here, sell here, and miss all the gains all the way up here, and then just wait for things to settle down. And now it looks like we're getting back into this channel here. So there may be a buying opportunity with Chainlink. So the downside compared to Ethereum could be like, let's say, so I would optimally, sorry, I don't know why it's doing that. It should show me the percentage, but it's about 10% to the downside. Yeah. About maybe 9%, 8%, lower than Ethereum, but the upside here is about 15, 16%, 17%. So yeah, I would optimally want Chainlink to go a little bit lower compared to Ethereum. And when it touches this green line, I would buy Chainlink or convert some of my Ethereum into Chainlink and then sell it once it touches this line again. So this is one of my favorite charts that I've been looking at for the longest time, but I just haven't been able to do anything for some time now. Anyway, that's it for this week's update. I hope you liked this one. Let me know your thoughts and ideas about the coins that I may need to look at in the near future as well. But for now, I will go to sleep and hope to see you in the next video. Cheers.